When you picture a perfect day, you probably think of blue skies, right? Lots of sunshine. But what if the best conditions for your brain to feel calm and creative aren't bright and sunny at all, but kind of gray and drizzly? Let's get into the fascinating psychology of people who genuinely love the rain.
So let's just ask it straight up. Is a rainy day a bad day? I mean, common sense says, yeah, of course it is. It's gloomy, it messes up your plans. But the answer is so much more interesting than that, and it really shows just how differently all of our brains are wired. For some people, a rainy day is the exact opposite of bad.
And this really breaks it down, doesn't it? On a sunny day, your brain is often dealing with tons of energy, maybe some social pressure to be outside doing things, and just distractions everywhere. But the rainy day brain, it gets to experience calm, focus, and quiet. It's a totally different mental landscape.
Okay, so what's the actual science behind this feeling? Why does rain feel so calming to some of us? This first section, A World Turned Down, is all about that. And it really boils down to one simple core concept. And that key term is sensory load. Basically, it's the total amount of stuff, sights, sounds, sensations that your brain has to deal with at any given moment. Just imagine a bright, sunny, busy city street. You've got traffic, crowds, bright sunlight bouncing off everything. That's a huge sensory load, and your brain is working overtime just to filter it all out.
Well, rain is like nature's own sensory filter. It doesn't really add distractions, it takes them away. It literally turns down the world's volume and brightness, and that eases up the heavy lifting your brain has to do.
Let's get specific on how it does that. First, sound. That steady patter of rain actually muffles all the other sharp, sudden noises, creating this sort of natural white noise. Then visually, the cloud cover acts like a giant softbox in the sky, giving you this softer, diffused light that's just easier on your eyes. And this last one is huge. It lowers that social pressure to be out and about. It's like getting a guilt-free pass to just stay in.
So we've set the scene, we get the environment. But now let's talk about who actually thrives in these conditions. And that brings us to our next big idea, the inwardly oriented mind.
Yeah, so research shows that a rainy, low-stimulation world really caters to people with two specific traits: inward orientation and cognitive depth. Now, I know, these might sound a bit academic, but let's break down what this really cool way of thinking actually means.
So let's look at what these are. Inward orientation is pretty straightforward. It's just a natural focus on your own internal world, your thoughts, your feelings, your ideas. And cognitive depth is a preference for thinking that is deep, complex, and meaningful. So you put those two together, and you get a person who isn't just comfortable inside their own head, they actually enjoy exploring it. And that leads to this powerful idea. For these kinds of people, a rainy day isn't a limitation. It's an invitation. It's permission. With the outside world finally quieted down, they get the mental space and the freedom to go deep, to connect ideas, and to just think without interruption or that nagging feeling that they should be doing something else.
So what's the big takeaway here? I mean, this isn't just a quirky fact about people who like the rain. This is really about understanding your brain's ideal weather and why that actually matters for every single one of us.
This is the most important way to think about it. People who thrive on rainy days don't necessarily love gloom and darkness. That's not it at all. What they love is the mental clarity and the focus that this kind of environment gives them. It's all about creating the perfect conditions for their mind to do its absolute best work. So, let's just put all the pieces together one more time. Step 1. Our modern world is just packed with high sensory input. Step 2. Rain comes along and acts as a natural filter, turning that sensory load way down. And the result, Step 3, you get the perfect environment for deep, inward-focused thought.
And here's a great comparison. Just like the quiet of winter, rain provides a unique space that simply helps certain minds function better. It's all about finding the environment that clicks with your own personal cognitive style. Which brings us to one last question, and this one's for you. Now that you get the connection between sensory load and focus, what's your perfect thinking weather? Is it the quiet of a rainy day? The crisp, cool air of winter? Or maybe you thrive on the buzzing energy of the sun? Figuring that out is such a key to unlocking your own focus. Thanks for digging into this with me.